And it's Well Ministries International presents Midweek Message. Hi, family. Well, family, we're starting our season's feelings. And I want to start with the different stressors, the different things that are going to stress us out this holiday season. And the first one is financial stress. Now, it costs to make a big holiday spread for, your family and your extended family. Food costs are way up. It costs. My suggestion is to have everybody bring something. Like, make sure that everybody has skin in the game. Don't you sit there trying to foot the whole bill for everything. It's expensive. And you have Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you know what I'm saying? You delegate that. Do you like Aunt such and such as string beans? You get her to make them string beans. You ask Auntie to make the string beans. You ask your other auntie for the mac and cheese. Like, don't make the expense be all on you. No, we're delegating this year. Because the financial stress, because that's just dinners. Like, there's Christmas and gifts and holiday parties, and it just gets really out of hand really fast. And decorations, like, it just really gets very expensive. And so instead of stressing yourself out, delegate. Delegate for Thanksgiving, delegate for Christmas. And if you're going to someone else's house, you ask them what you can bring to, or if you could just cash out them some money so that just to help them out. Like, realize and take that stress, a little bit of stress off of somebody else, okay? Time constraints. You are one person, and there are 24 hours in a day, at least 8 of which you sleep. There is only so much you can do in a day. Do not stress yourself out by heaping all these responsibilities on yourself, and now you're struggling to get everything done. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Again, we're going to delegate. And members of the family, each member has a different responsibility. That's all. This is going to be a stress-free holiday. Another stressor is social expectations. Again, there's one of you and 24 hours in a day. And there's all kinds of holiday parties and everybody wants you there. Now, I personally have about a half a tank of social ability. So when I get towards a quarter to like almost on empty, that's it for me. I can only do so much, and I used to force myself. I don't do that anymore. Well, I don't have to down here because I don't know a lot of people. But here's the thing, though. I'm not going to stress myself out trying to be at every party that I'm invited to or at every function that I'm invited to. Because, no, there's one me. I have 24 hours in a day, 8 of which I sleep. Some of which I exercise. Like, I have things to do for my self-care. And so I come first. That feels good to say that. I come first. Okay, now the last one is loneliness and grief. Now, loneliness is a big deal, but we're more focused on the grieving. And so not that loneliness is a valid feeling, but for us, for our group here, we're more focused on the grieving, and we're going to grieve together this holiday season. If we need to grieve, if we need to cry, we're going to cry. Okay, that's right. So we can express this, like when things start getting to us, we can express it in like different, it's different for different people and different for different stressors. And so one way could be irritability and impatience. Another could be anxiousness. Another could be difficulty engaging in social settings. So that's me. If I'm having too much social, I start to have a hard time engaging, and you'll see me on a wall somewhere, in a corner somewhere, like trying to regroup. Um, and feeling depressed. So if you start to feel that, okay, you feel that, pull back, get your corner. That's what I do. I get in a corner and I regroup. Um, the the irritability and the impatience, like sometimes that's from like putting too much on yourself. So we're not doing that this year. We're not adding stress. We already have the stress of grieving. We're not adding all these other stressors on top of that. So I think that's as far as we're going to go today. We're going to talk about how to prepare ourselves next week. So I will see you next week, family. We have a little time. We have a little couple of weeks. We don't have to rush this thing. And we're just going to grieve together. Now, last year I didn't feel anything until Thanksgiving, but I had a plan. My plan is always make my favorite things. So I had a plan, and so it having my plan really helped me to get through. And so yeah, so when we're going to talk more about having a plan, but think about it. Think about what's your plan for Thanksgiving, and what's your plan for Christmas, and what's your plan for New Year's? Like what how does your holiday season look? Start planning it out. All right? And we'll talk about it next week. I'll tell you my plan. Well, join us again next time when In His Will Ministries International presents Midweek Message. Until then, bye.